A turquoise flare ripped the pre-dawn sky above Juniper Ridge, Montana, streaking across constellations like a neon brushstroke. Lucas Harper, grinding coffee in his dark kitchen, felt the old smoke jumper instincts fire. When the light vanished behind Granite Peak, he grabbed his rescue pack, whistled for Bowie, his three-legged shepherd, and headed out before daylight. They found a smoking crater in an alpine meadow and, at its center, a craft no bigger than a pickup, its shell cracked and pulsing lavender. Inside, amid splintered crystal, lay a slender teal-skinned girl whose hair was a living plume of dark cilia. Violet blood seeped from a gash along her ribs. She opened enormous eyes, whispered a chiming syllable, and went limp. Lucas bundled her in an emergency blanket and carried her home. Calling the authorities could wait. Someone needed help now. Middle. The girl woke 20 hours later. Touching her chest, she said, "Sarah of a rule." Voice melodic and careful. Using sketches, gestures, and rapidly improving English, she explained she was an apprentice xenobotanist whose survey pod had been crippled by microasteroids. Her ship would not swing back toward Earth for several weeks. Lucas treated her wound. Discovering honey sped her blood's coagulation and infrared heat eased pain, while Bowie kept watch. In return, Sarah demonstrated a bearing that hardened light into tools. The cabin, quiet since Lucas's wife died, filled again with conversation and the steady rhythm of a new heartbeat. The secret lasted only a week. Lucas's sister Kate arrived with her 8-year-old son Milo and froze at the sight of Sarah levitating a kettle. After a single squeak, Kate's practical nature kicked in. She poured herself coffee and demanded a proper briefing. Milo, wide-eyed, asked if Sarah had lasers. "Only in lab," she laughed. Kate moved into the spare bedroom, declaring the refugee needed tutoring and casseroles. Milo taught Sarah tag and Nintendo bowling. Sarah taught him how to coax mushrooms from dry soil with a palm-sized stimulator salvaged from her suit. She had never heard of bedtime stories, so Milo tucked her in each night with his battered stuffed otter. Weeks slid by. Lucas and Sarah repaired broken footbridges. Kate and Sarah designed color-shifting shawls on the alien fabric printer. Bowie dozed in any patch of winter sun he could find. Around evening fires, Sarah told of Arulian nursery cohorts, efficient but loveless, and listened raptly to tales of birthdays and lullabies. One night she asked, "Is that family?" "It's messy," Lucas said. "But yes, family is chosen patience." Winter brought trouble. Satellite analysts flagged an unexplained heat signature. A convoy of black SUVs rumbled up the drive. Major Dawn Thoreau from Homeland Security demanded the non-human survivor. Sarah stepped forward. "I carry no weapon. Learn. I heal." A prism of light blossomed above her palm, drifted to a soldier, and sealed a cut on his knuckle. Lucas planted himself beside her. "She's not a specimen," he said. "She's family." Field compromise followed. On-site quarantine with federal oversight. Scientists erected a mobile lab in the garage. They mapped Sarah's spiral square genome, traded Earth movies for Arulian crystal symphonies, and learned her blood neutralized several terrestrial viruses. Kate hosted potlucks that ended with astrophysicists debating wormholes over blueberry pie. One wind-sharp night, while Milo slept under a quilt, Sarah joined Lucas on the porch. "A recall beacon came," she murmured. "My vessel returns in 37 days. Leaving feels like heart shatter." "Family isn't a place," Lucas said. "We'll still choose you wherever you are." Sarah's tendrils brushed his sleeve. Hypothesis. Love transcends parsecs. Ending. On December 12th, an Arulian shuttle descended through falling snow. Captain Jkai stepped onto the lawn. "Initiate Sarah," he called. "Return for decontamination and discipline." Sarah squared her shoulders. "I petition liaison status to Earth. I possess unique cultural insight and an established emotional network." She gestured to Lucas, Kate, Milo, and Bowie. "Sentiment clouds logic," Chkai warned. "Sentiment refines logic," Sarah replied. "Love is evolution." The captain studied the determined faces around her and at length inclined his head. "Provisional ambassadorship for 1 local year." The shuttle departed without her. That night Lucas stoked the hearth higher, its glow painting golden halos across cedar walls. Milo read The Velveteen Rabbit aloud while Sarah listened, tracing the illustration of a loved Interreal toy. When the house fell quiet, she slipped out to the porch. Stars glittered like spilled ice crystals. She handed Lucas a steaming mug of cocoa. "Father," she tried, tasting the unusual word. "Is that permitted?" Lucas's throat tightened. "Absolutely." She leaned against his side, weight light but real. Overhead Orion still hunted, but now Sarah named each star in both Earth and Arulian tongues, weaving constellations into a shared language. As midnight chimed, snow hushed the world. She raised her mug. "To family," she whispered. Lucas clinked his cup to hers. "To family," he echoed, certain the promise would echo through galaxies. Above them the wind carried pine, smoke, and a pledge stretching farther than any star chart, that love chosen freely can rewrite the trajectories of worlds, and that an alien girl's crash could teach a grieving man, a brave boy, and, perhaps soon, an interstellar council what it truly means to come home.